Nerdy 430. It's me, your boy Seed, the host, most of the things right here on the Podbringer Network, man. And we're talking about the 30 movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. 30 Podbringers got together, and we said we're going to figure this shit out. And we figured out the definitive list of what we think the MCU movies are from worst to best, and we're releasing them one a day. First 30 days of 2023, man, we're going to get you to February by hook or by crook. Keep listening. We will get you to February. Keeping this bad boy on rolling, today's Nerdy for 30, we're talking about number 26, Iron Man 3. Directed by Shane Black. Check out this tagline. Unleash the power behind the armor. Kind of unimpressed some of these taglines, gang, not gonna lie to you. Give that a C plus though. When Tony Stark's world is torn apart by a formidable terrorist called the Mandarin, he starts an odyssey of rebuilding and retribution. I will hear no disrespect tossed at Iron Man 3. It is yet again another one I wouldn't say much like Iron Man 2, kind of like Iron Man 2. Like the past has come back to haunt Tony. Only in Iron Man 2, the past is more what Howard Stark did and getting Anton Vanko kind of pushed out and, left destitute in Russia. And then Whiplash kind of does what he does for Retribution Avengers. But here in Iron Man 3, it is Tony's own actions directly that kind of serve its purpose. Now, one could say that even if Tony had taken the meeting with Aldrich Killian, he probably would have said, no, I'm not going to do your crazy ass stuff. And, things kind of still might have played out how they played out, but that's neither here nor there. This is based off the Extremis storyline written by Warren Ellis, if memory serves. It is one of, I would say, probably the second best after Demon in a Bottle, is the second best known Iron Man story that there is. If you are looking for a comic to read, looking to get into something, Extremis is a one and done. You don't really need to know much about him. So there you go. Check that out. Just recommendations on recommendations for you. Here, man, it's not about Iron Man. This is about Tony Stark. I've always said Iron Man 3 is about the deconstruction of Tony Stark. It's not about him having all of the suits and technology. It's how can you be a hero when all your toys are taken away from you? And that is for a person who has relied 1000% on the toys to get them through the mission. It takes him back to square one. He has to rely on his brain, on his ingenuity, on his inventiveness, and on his improvisational skills as well. And one janky ass suit that's only barely powered up to get him through this whole thing, as well as Iron Patriot being in there as well. His faithful sidekick, aka James Rhodey, in there. Aldrich Killian as the Mandarin, it's been talked about. It's not great. It's made up for in Shang-Chi, but it's probably Disney's one of their biggest missteps yet was that whole Mandarin reveal, and they paid the price, man. They got slung through the mud for years over the Mandarin reveal. It's not great, not good look there, Feige. But still, Iron Man 3 is enjoyable. It is a Shane Black movie through and through. The kid who plays Harley Keener is awesome. The tete-a-tete between Tony and Rhodey at times is wonderful. It's a great third act with all of the suits. The suit we get, the one that he mentally calls to him, is my favorite of any Iron Man suit of all time. And I love seeing it here. And I love seeing him remotely control all of those suits in the third act, man. That is it for Iron Man 3. We'll be back in 24 of the hours to keep this train right on rolling right here on the Nerdy 430.